Yo, what's up, guys? In today's video, I got a bunch of Chicago Bulls news, rumors, and some injury updates. Also, just a quick little heads up. Thank you guys for all the love on my past video. I'm sorry about not uploading all weekend. I took the weekend off for my birthday. Also, it was obviously All-Star Weekend. But before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Leave a quick like on today's video. It takes a second, helps me out a lot. And some comments and questions below today's video. But either way, let's just jump right into it. Our All-Star Weekend was pretty fun. It usually is. I mean, the dunk contest was pretty ugly. Zach, I felt like, threw down the best dunk in the All-Star game. And, even though it was All-Star Weekend, the Bulls still had an injury problem, which is crazy to say. Io obviously was playing in the Rising Stars game. And at the end of that game, or near the end, he was favoriting his right thumb. He said he was going for a chase down block. He banged it on the rim and it bent back. Since that update came out, nothing else has came out, but that's just crazy. Even on All-Star Weekend, pretty much a meaningless weekend for the Chicago Bulls and the NBA, that a Bulls player still got hurt. Like I just said, nothing has came out since then, so hopefully it's not a serious injury. I doubt it is, but still, that's still crazy to say. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about Io hurting his thumb in the Rising Stars game, and obviously all about All-Star Weekend. And the next little injury update is on Zach LaVine. In my last video, I was giving a bunch of big updates on Zach LaVine. There was some great news that came out, and the Bulls haven't really heard much great news for this whole season. This team has pretty much been injured this whole season or been dealing with COVID or something. Obviously, I was recapping it, and Zach said his whole I'd say session went great after his visit in LA. He said the last 3 games, he just wanted to take it upon himself to make sure he was okay for the second half of the season. He then called this season very important to him, and that's all great to hear. There was some talk about how his knee got drained, and he said he felt pretty much better. But since then, some more tweets and news did come out, and he said that he was talking about his knee getting drained and everything like that, and he called the injury manageable. He said the treatment will get me through the end of the season, and then in the offseason, I'll be able to take care of it and get myself to 100%. So with that coming out and him saying that, that's obviously really scary. Obviously, I'm happy Zach's, I'd say, doing better, and obviously no player in the NBA is ever 100% with how many games they play every other night. But at the same time, if the Bulls want to make a deep run in the NBA playoffs, the Bulls need this team to be 100%, especially Zach LaVine. It's just a concern. Hopefully, he can at least be 90% of himself. I don't know. It's definitely a scary thought that Zach's not going to be 100% for, I'd say, himself for the rest of the season, especially if the Bulls do want to make a deep playoff run. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about those 2 quick little injury updates. And obviously, the big news finally broke out. I mean, there obviously was a lot of talk and rumors about it the other day. And just the other day, the Bulls did cut Alfonso Mckinnie. And when the Chicago Bulls did sign him earlier this season, I really liked the signing. Obviously, he's from Chicago, and I felt like he was just a solid 3-and-D option for the Bulls, but he really hasn't played for this season. And obviously, the Bulls cut him and then signed Tristan Thompson. And let me just say, I love the Tristan Thompson signing. He's a great veteran that's going to help out this young Bulls team. He's won a championship. He has a lot of playoff and championship experience. Obviously, the Bulls needed to add a tough guy off the Bulls bench, and I believe he fits that role. He's just going to come in, get rebounds, play good defense, and just be that tough, nasty guy off the Bulls bench that the Bulls have been missing for this whole season, in my opinion. Zach LaVine did say he already talked to Thompson, and he said that he thinks he's going to bring a lot to the team, and I couldn't agree more. LaVine continued and then said another experienced guy, a championship-level guy that has been in these games before to where he can help us in these situations. I agree. I love to see that Zach and DeMar DeRozan already love this signing. DeMar DeRozan then commented on the whole Thompson signing. He said he'd known Tristan Thompson for years. Great dude, championship experience, good friend of his. He got the most respect for him off the court. Obviously, we all know what he brings on the court. Think he'll be a great addition for us. Veteran leadership. It's great to see that Zach and DeMar are on the same page. I love every move that AK has made so far for his, 1 to 2 years for the Chicago Bulls. Him and Mark Eversley have done a great job with the roster and all the moves they've made. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about the Bulls cutting Alfonso Mckinnie, and obviously about the Bulls signing Tristan Thompson. I love the signing. I said for months and weeks now that the Bulls shouldn't trade anyone. We haven't seen this team 100% healthy until, I'd say the start of the season. They played, I believe 5 to 10 games maybe fully healthy together, and I believe in those games the Bulls were undefeated. So I'm all for the front office keeping this team intact, just adding, I'd say, the best free agent on the buyout market, and that's huge for the Chicago Bulls. Bulls. I mean, look at how much this roster's changed in just 1 to 2 years. I think people and free agents are finally going to want to come to Chicago. I mean, I think it's obvious. The best buyout free agent just came to Chicago. I think the Bulls are just trending upwards. I love every move that Arturas and Mark Eversley have made. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about the Thompson signing. And like I was saying earlier in today's video, the dunk contest was pretty ugly. I am all for Zach sitting out and never doing it again. But, All-Star Weekend is always all about fun, and I think it's obvious all about recruiting. Same with last summer for the Olympics. That's all about recruiting. And the Chicago Bulls' own Twitter page did post a video of Zach LaVine and Cat just kind of messing around about before the three-point contest. And Cat was saying how, the Bulls have a cool uniform. And there's been many rumors about how Cat's not happy in Minnesota. Obviously, him and Zach are great friends. And when this tweet did come out, every Bulls fan in the replies were pretty much saying, Cat to Chicago. And that's just Twitter, of course. But I think it's obvious that Zach is recruiting. I mean, he said many times in past summers he's been trying to recruit guys. So that's great to see, in my opinion. I know Joe Crowley was tweeting all throughout All-Star Weekend about, Zach recruiting Cat. I know it's kind of a joke here and there. But in a few seasons now, I mean, Cat is a free agent. And wouldn't surprise me if he did want to come to Chicago. Like I said, there's been a lot of talk about how he's not happy in Minnesota. Obviously, him and Zach are great friends. I know a lot of Bulls fans would love Cat. I mean, Vuce is getting up there in age. Vuce has been starting to play really solid, so I'm happy with Vuce's play. But Vuce is a free agent in 2023 and 2024. Cat is a free agent in 2024, 2025. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Bulls were to be interested in Cat in a few seasons now. I mean, Cat is one of the best young players in the NBA. I believe he's a 3 or 4 time All-Star as of right now. I mean, he is 26 years old. He's a 6'11 center, great friends with Zach. And he's been putting up great numbers for seasons now, getting better season by season. I mean, the Timberwolves have been fun to watch for this whole season. I would be down. I highly doubt he ever does come to Chicago, but it's still a great sign to see that Zach is not scared to recruit, because I know there was a lot of talk, and there still is, about Derrick Rose back in the day, him not wanting to recruit for Chicago and everything like that. I'm really not going to deep dive into that, because who really cares? That's years ago. But I'm just happy that Zach's friendly with a lot of NBA players. And same with DeMar DeRozan. That's a huge, I'd say, asset and great addition to have on your resume, to be friendly with everyone. And same with the Bulls front office. They're really player-friendly base, so that's huge for the Chicago Bulls' future. Definitely check out my last video if you guys missed it. I really do appreciate all the love on the past few videos and the channel. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about all the moves that the Bulls just did make. Obviously, All-Star Weekend and that terrible dunk contest. Thank you guys again for all the love on the channel and the past few videos. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.